Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another update video here. We're back on this one, No Man's Sky, because it's been released a 4.03 update as of October 8th. That's not when I recorded the video, just so you know. Pretty much as soon as they released the update, they went out and they've been doing a lot of fixes. The community has now responded very well to their latest, to their latest release, the Waypoints. I have been watching. I have not played it. Just before I get going here, I have not personally played the game myself yet. Okay, just keep that in mind. I've been watching streamers that I usually watch, and so far from what I've seen, it hasn't been received very well. And the main issue here is they updated, not updated, when they did this, the inventory. The inventory has been apparently the main issue that a lot of streamers have, mainly the min-max type of people. And I honestly don't know how I feel about it because, again, I'm a casual player when it comes to this game. I'm really not that into it like some people are. But there's people out there that have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours in this game. And basically the argument now is that all these people got forgotten. And I mean, when I made the original DLC update for this game, I did say it seems like they're catering to the new players, which from a business standpoint, it makes sense because now you're introducing a new console to the game, the Nintendo Switch to be specific. And it seemed like they wanted to cater it around Nintendo Switch. That was my initial thought, and just seeing how everybody's responding to it, it sounds like it's true. Not just specifically to the Nintendo Switch, but mostly the new player. It seems like No Man's Sky forgot about their OGs, the people that have been basically the ride or die with this game. They've been there from day one when the game got released and everybody was hating on it for the release because they promised a bunch of stuff that basically they never got until 6 years later. But these people were there from day one supporting the game, and now they basically got slapped in the face. That's the feel that I'm getting from all the videos that I have watched, from all the responses from a lot of people in the community that have played this game for so long. And I can see why. Now, one of the main issues, again, is the inventory. They hate it. I haven't seen one person that says, that I love it, that I'm okay with it. Not even okay with it. They just completely just don't like it. They don't like the new inventory system at all. The main one is here, technology. Now, as you guys can see here, we will have to go into game to actually see the full detail of it. But these are scroll windows. You can actually scroll down and have more slots for technology. The problem with that is before you can have like 6, I believe, of one. For example, let's take here. Let me see if I can visualize this better for you guys. Let's take this gun right here, for example. Okay. Now, as you guys can see, there's 3 upgrades on it that you can have. You can actually now, currently, with the new update, you can only have 3 upgrades for this. Before, you could have 6. So there was a lot of people that put a lot of time into this in how to maximize the output power for a particular weapon. And now they're told, no, you can't do that anymore. It basically came down to the argument of a lot of people that have played this game for a long time. One day they woke up, they did the update, and they found out that most of the staff got ransacked, and half of their teams that they have done is gone. They can't do it anymore. So a lot of people, a lot of the OGs are not happy with it, and some of them are legit just pissed off to the point they said they're not playing the game anymore. They legit just quit. They said they're not playing this anymore until they fix it. So me personally, again, I'm a casual player. I don't understand the hate. After all, it is Hello Game, it's Hello Games and they can do whatever the hell they want to their game. But I do believe they should listen to their community since they're the ones that kept their game alive. Considering all the issues that they had since day one of the release, I think they should have taken care a little bit better in communicating with people when they did this. Now, from my little research that I have done, apparently this update is not the worst of them all. There was a previous update called NoMan'sSky Next, in which Hello Games apparently decided to wipe the entire galaxy, told every player, yep, we're starting fresh. We're dumping everything that you have done for the past 2 years, 3 years, and we're just resetting everything, which they took a lot of heat for. But at the end of the day, everybody understood why, because they were building something greater or towards something greater. This time around, it seems like Hello Game has not communicated that with the community. And a lot of people don't understand why they did what they did. They would like to get some answers. The answers are not being given. It's a mess. A lot of people are been talking about this. And again, I understand the frustration. If I was a player that have invested thousands and thousands of hours in this, and then one day wake up and you tell me, yeah, all your stuff is gone, I'll be pissed too. I'm not gonna, sit here and tell you no, I wouldn't be, because I would be. I would be if I had maxed out my, my multi-tool, my starship, my exosuit, and to the point that it was perfection. I had all the best upgrades, and now you're telling me, yeah, you can't have that anymore. It hurts. It does hurt. And again, I'm not even a invested player, as you will say. The other thing, this next part is me personally, the one that I think. Here, let's go back to the news that they released with a new patch that they're going to be releasing. Okay, so this is a letter from NoMan'sSky, from Hello Games. It says, hello everyone, thank you to everyone playing the Waypoint update, especially those taking the time to report any issues they encounter via whatever, and the console crash thingy. We are listening closely to your feedback. Now, this is what they're saying. I hope they are. I hope they're listening to their community, because at the end of the day, their community are the ones that are going to build their game in a sense of popularity. They're going to make their game relevant. I hope they are listening to community feedback. If you're frustrated about something, one thing I do want to say, because I have seen this a lot on Twitter, people are just trashing NoMan'sSky right now on Twitter, and I'm like, yo, I understand your frustration. You know what I mean? Like, I will be pissed off too, but that's not the way to go about it. Like, if you want NoMan'sSky, if you want Hello Games to be better, do it right. You know what I mean? Report patches, not patches. If you're reporting any bugs, anything, report it to them. Let them know, hey, I found this. It's game breaking, or this needs to be fixed. These need to be fixed. But do it in, don't just go there and just trashing them out, because again, at the end of the day, they're not going to do that. Okay, how would I put it? I have said it on my channel before. If you go into the comments, just say, constructive criticism is always welcome, as long as it's constructive. If you're just gonna bitch and moan, it's not gonna solve any issues. So if there's a problem that you find within the game that you do not like, I understand if you get mad about it, but help come up with a solution that maybe can help not just your style of gameplay, but can help the entire community in the long haul. That's all I'm going to say. But let's say about the bug fixes that they are going to be releasing. For example, this is the ones that they release. I think just today, which is when I'm recording this video, will be the 12th. I'm actually going to upload this video once I'm done recording. Today's the 12th. This was released on the 8th. And as of today, October 12th, they have released another thing, another, I believe is in here. I don't think there is. They don't have it on here, which is interesting. Huh. Okay, they don't have it on here, which I'm a little interested about. But they have released something else where they're testing a new bug fix, which I gotta find it. Once I find it, but it's on the testing phase. Not everybody can get into it. Only if you're on PC, you get an option where you can actually go in there and test it. Which again, is nice, but a handful of people are not really gonna help out. You just need the entire community on your game and try to help out in the best way possible. But this is what they've been fixing. Fix an issue that prevented the change craft amount option from working when crafting products. Fix a number of issues affecting the base power when enable or disable the auto power difficulty setting. Fix an issue that prevented ship and multi-tool trade in prices from being calculated correctly. Okay. Fix an icon inconsistency in the journey records page. Fixed an issue that caused audio corruption when upgrading inventory slots. Fix a number of issues related to selecting the next inventory slot to be upgraded. That's a pretty interesting one. Sorry about that. I had to cough. There's been a few things. I mean, you can pretty much say, I'll leave it over here because I really don't want to read all of this. But let me see if I can find the other one. I'm looking here to the side. I'm gonna look over here because I have another monitor. So just give me a second while I look for a. Why can I find this particular thing? Let me check on my phone because I think I can find it easier on my phone. Maybe I can just look it up on my phone and become interesting. I actually cannot find it, which is weird. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Okay. Well, I can't find it on the PC right now, but I have it on my phone. But it's called the experimental branch, and it got released on the 10th. Experimental. Interesting. Let me see if I can do this correctly. Give me 1 second. Let me just search it. NoMan'sSky experimental branch. If I can do this. NoMan'sSky experimental branch. Okay. They have it on YouTube, which I don't understand. It's on the Steam. It's on Steam. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. Okay. Here, let me switch this out for you guys to see. And we'll give you up the latest thing that we can give you. Switch it out to this. There we go. Now you guys can see what I'm seeing right now. So this is on the experimental branch that just got released. Yeah, this it just got released. It got released the 11th, and then the 12th it actually went out. So they've been working a lot on this new update. Again, it hasn't been received the best. So here's what they have to say about the experimental branch. First of all, thanks so much to everyone, and the usual BS that they give you to do this. To play in experiment. Okay, so the Steam users are able to opt in to the experimental branch, where we have pushed a patch to address some problems. We'll be rolling out these fixes to the other platforms as soon as possible. So the experimental branch is basically what they do when they have a patch out that they want people to test out before they actually send it out to the masses. It's mainly PC people that can do this. To play the experimental branch, it gives you how to do it and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So we're going to get here into what they're actually talking about. A new difficulty setting has been added, which allows players to lock themselves out of any further difficulty setting changes. Once enabled, this action is permanent. Right off the bat, I have an issue with this. Okay? Because if we go back to the other one, Let me show you. If we go back to is it this one? Yes. So if we go back to this, we notice that they made, yeah, let's go to the latest patch notes. They introduced the custom game modes, which I think, beautiful idea. Beautiful idea that they did this. You can actually customize your own style of gameplay. Agreed 100%. Now, the one problem that I told you when I made the original video is if we come down, is this. Relax mode. There was no need for this at all. If you have relax mode, I don't understand it. I don't know why they did this. If you have custom game mode, why is this here? Second thing that they also added is that you're able to change your difficulty settings at any point during your gameplay. You can be playing any of the game modes, and if it's too much for you or if it's too little for you, you can just change the difficulty. Why? Why was this even introduced? Nobody asked for this. Nobody needed it. Unnecessary. All you had to do was this. Just leave it on the custom game mode and just let people do whatever the hell they want here. I don't understand why they did the other stuff. I really don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. We're gonna go back to which one is it? Here, let's go back to the other one, to the experimental branch. Okay. So basically the problem here was that difficulty setting changing when you're in a game. A lot of people were saying that what's the point? You're taking away the fun of the game, which yes and no. I you know what I mean? Like, it's a yes and a no. I get it if you're been playing this game for a very, very long time. It basically it's tempting. It's like having cheat mode at your disposal right there on the screen, knowing that you at any point can turn it on or off just because it's part of the game. And personally, I don't like that. I don't think it was necessary. You can just create your own custom game mode now. You should have left it at that. I don't know why they did that. I don't understand why they added the difficulty sliders in your gameplay. It was not necessary. Now, the one argument that I saw about that is that somebody said it takes the feel of achievement away. Now, if you guys have played No Man's Sky, they have achievements that you can unlock while you play, or as they call it, milestones. Now, there are people out there that have spent thousands of hours playing this game to collect every single milestone. Not everybody has been able to do that. And the reason for that is because it's time consuming, and sometimes it could be very, very difficult because it does use permadeath at one point. So it becomes very difficult and challenging. So now the argument is, well, if you have the sliders there, you can do this in a couple hours, complete everything if you really wanted to with the sliders. And the other side of the coin is people saying, well, you don't have to. And I agree with them too. It's like, yeah, you don't have to use the sliders, but the temptation is there. And for the people that spend all those hours, they said it takes the it doesn't feel like they feel accomplished because they're not. And how would I explain it? The best way that they could have said is like it takes the exclusivity away, in the sense that the whole point of those achievements is that it's so not every single person that plays this game is going to be able to do that. But now they give you the option for every single player, from whether you're a veteran or you're fresh off, you can complete those challenges in thanks to those sliders. And it does take kind of the exclusivity of being on the top tier players that completed everything. And I understand everybody doesn't play the same way. Me myself, I'm one of those players that just come in, play when whenever the expedition comes out, and then I'm out. I'm not gonna spend hours and hours and hours playing one game. I don't roll that way. So that doesn't qualify to me. But yet again, I'm not gonna use the sliders just to make my experience better, because in all honesty, for me personally, it just takes all the fun away from that. It just having that temptation, me personally, if I see that temptation there, there's a high chance that I will use it. There's a very high chance, because you guys seen me play this game before, and you know that I get frustrated sometimes when I need resources and it just takes forever to get certain resources. I can just turn one of those sliders to for my benefit. If I need, let's give it an example. I don't know. Let's say I want to get rich, and we know the nip nip buds are really valuable, but I only have two or three every time I harvest. I can turn the sliders in my favor, where I can get a higher yield of that particular crop. So it kind of takes the challenge away, just having that temptation there. Now, their solution was, as we saw on the previous one, well, not the previous one, their solution is this, which I'm like, why? Just remove it. Why are you adding more difficulty settings when you can just remove it totally, leave the custom game mode in, and that's it? End of story. Everybody's happy. I don't understand how difficult that is. I mean, you can just remove everything you did, leave the custom game, what's it called? Custom, let me go back. The custom game modes. That's the point of custom game modes. You can customize it. Even they said it on there, that the custom game modes, you can set the difficulties, all the challenges, how much materials you get, how much money you get. You can change all of that in the custom game mode. So why add this? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. They can just remove it, leave it a custom game modes. End of story. Everybody go back playing like it was before. And the problem also with that is that they're not communicating with the community on why they're doing this. Is there a bigger plan? They're not saying anything. They're just adding and removing things, and not saying, oh, we have big plans in the future for the game coming up in a few months, and this is a necessity. It needs to be done in order for this other thing we're working on to work properly. But they haven't even said that. They just, oh yeah, we did this. End of story. Goodbye. Like it, don't care. Yeah. I don't get it. All right, we're going to continue here. The strength of the starship specialization bonuses have been increased, so that higher grade ships receive greater inherence bonuses to their stats. This scales steeply with both class and ship specifications. So the e.g. the Explorer class ships will have some, yeah, okay. That really is pretty obvious. Okay. As well as damage, shield, and warp bonuses, starships now also have an inherent agility base stand, which benefits all maneuverability upgrades. Okay. They're adding things that are not necessary. Oh, I also forgot to mention something that I noticed. In the real world, inflation is a problem, and apparently it has hit the gaming industry, because apparently in No Man's Sky, the prices for starships have gone up. And a lot of people are like, why? So somebody noticed that a ship that normally would cost, let's say, 7 million units now is like 10, 12, 13 million units for the exact same ship. And they're like, why? Because some people were using it as you can go to a space station and just scrap ships if you have the money. But now that the price goes up, it's like, okay, why? There's no necessity on that. So if you, the one thing that I can recommend for people that are brand new, the ships are going to be highly expensive. So my recommendation is on October 13, I highly recommend you go to somebody on Twitch that is live streaming No Man's Sky. They're most likely gonna have the drops, which I highly recommend you go do, because they give you free uh, ships. Sometimes A class, they range between B class and A class. They're mostly are A class from the ones that I have gotten, and they're not that bad. If you want to get an easy A class to start off right off the bat, please just go watch somebody on Twitch that has drops activated for this game, and you can get a nice fighter, hauler, whatever. I think there's like three different ones they're doing. I think they're doing the fighter, the hauler, and the explorer. I think those are the only three they're doing this time around. But you can get those three for free just by watching a stream, and you can use them in your game and not worry about spending millions and millions and millions or trying to save up just so you can get a ship, when you can just start off with one of those really nice ones that are giving out, and hang with those till you can collect the money, not worry about a bunch of stuff. Okay, all right, let's continue over here. Stat bonuses on procedure jetpack upgrades have been increased. They're increasing a lot of things: procedural hazard protection, procedural pulse engine upgrades, procedural hyperdrive upgrades. There have been increasing a lot of things, and it's interesting. The dark of spawning sack retrieved by the living frigate from fleet expeditions have been increased. Significant reduction to the likelihood of incoming damage to break a piece of technology while the exosuit shields are charged. Huh. Okay, I think that's a good fix. Fix a number of issues where different pop-ups will take the same scrolling input. Jesus. Fix an issue. Again, I haven't played the game, so a lot of these issues I don't know what they are, because I haven't played the game since the update came out. I've been taking a seat, I've been just sitting back, because like I said, there's a lot of negativity that went into this update, and I just wanted to sit back, wait to see what Hello Games does, and it seems like they're working on it. I'm not too sure if they're listening to the community, but they're doing something. I don't know if it's for better or for worse, but we'll find out here in a few days what they have done. Fix a number of issues where different pop-ups will take the same scrolling input. Jesus. Fix an issue that caused missions to fail to recognize when exocraft technology was correctly charged. How did that happen? That was never a problem. They did this update and all of a sudden it just whoop. Wow. Fixed an issue that caused some items, such as projectile ammunition, to build the wrong amount when first crafted. Wow. I really see, I'm getting the vibes that Hello Games is getting ready to do a hard reset. I'm saying it now. All that signs, I mean, from what I seen from the last time when they released the next update, from what I heard, the signs are pretty much the same. And it seems like that's what they're trying to do. It seems like they're trying to do a hard reset without actually resetting. But they might be heading that way. I'm letting you know right now. If they do a hard reset, they're going to lose a lot of people. I mean, I personally don't mind a hard reset. Just put everybody on level ground again. And the only reason I think that is because they just recently added the Nintendo Switch platform onto the game. So a lot of those new players that are just coming to this community are far, far behind. And it's not difficult to catch up. It's not that difficult to catch up. You do have to put in a few hours in. But you can get up to the same level, try to learn the game here and there. But I think, I don't know, man. I really don't know how I feel about this update. This update seems like it has caused more problems than it needed. Problems that didn't need to be there. It feels like they created problem. Look at this. This is all they did. I'm not going to go through all of this. I suggest You go onto Steam and check it out on Steam. Here you go. No Man's. So you go to Steam, discussions, No Man's Sky, general discussion, and it's in there. I suggest you go read it yourself. I'm not gonna get more into this because there's a lot. All I can recommend is for everybody to just, I guess, be patient. Hopefully they can fix. If you have any constructive criticism, let Hello Games know. If you don't have any constructive criticism for them, I suggest just step back and just let it be. Because you complaining and bitching about it is not going to solve any problem. Again, the only thing that I can tell Hello Games is just remove this. Here, let's go back. Let's go back to the other one. All I can tell them is this right here. When we go here, remove, not the custom games, the other one. Where is he? In Turbo Nintendo Switch. Remove this. Relax game mode needs to be gone. Remove the relax game mode and the dynamic difficulty. Those two things need to be gone. I personally don't think you need them. If you have custom game modes, you do not need those two. That is the only constructive criticism that I can give them. Whether they do it or not, that's up to them. It's not going to affect me. At the end of the game, is their game. They can do whatever the hell they want. But if they want some type of advice or some type of, community input, that is my input. Remove the relax mode and the difficulty settings, the sliders, and leave custom game modes on. And then there will be no need for that thing on the front right here. There will be no need for this. Because why add a difficulty setting that allows to lock themselves out of any further difficulty setting changes when you can just remove the whole thing in general, leave it like it was to begin with, and not worry about it. That's just my thinking on it. Again, I don't know what their plan is for the future. I have no idea. But yeah, that's all I can. That's all I can say. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm hoping No Man's Sky does listen to their community. There's people that are currently very active on this. One of those people, I would recommend. His name is Survival Bob on YouTube and Saints Gaming. Go check out those guys. They have more in-depth details about this than I am because they are veterans of the game. They can tell you their personal concerns and problems with this from their veteran experience, because these two people have spent a lot of time playing this game. And if you want even better, I guess, understanding of what's going on with this update, I suggest you go check them out and check out this perspective and take it for what it is. Till then, I'm going to leave you there, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like, notification bell, and share it with your mom. Goodbye.